Hey everyone, welcome to another episode of Let's Warp Off with Kevin. And if you don't like it, frankly, you can go warp yourself. My name is Kevin, and today we'll be talking about the latest and possibly what seems like last, at least for the time being, short trek episode, The Escape Artist, which again was really a lot of fun, I would say. Definitely a fun episode. Very funny too, actually. Probably one of the funnier things for Star Trek, honestly. It was really great. It was pretty great. Like, yeah, it was pretty fun, enjoyable. There wasn't a whole lot maybe to it, but it was fun for what it was, I think. For sure, I would say. And it's interesting because Rainn Wilson has already tied with the original Mud actor, Roger C. Carmel, for the number of times he's played the role so far. He was on the original series twice, while voicing the character for an episode of Star Trek the Animated Series. While Rainn Wilson has been on Star Trek Discovery twice, and now he's in this one short. So they have both made the same amount of appearances, which is 3 so far, which I find that's a little fun little tidbit, little fun little fact. And it's really interesting because, Rainn Wilson's Mud, I think, is really, starting becoming really accepted. And I think that's going to be the case, the more we see him. Because, again, he is going to have more appearances. He has the same right now, but he's going to have more appearances than the original Harry Mudd. So, again, I think he's really going to become really accepted as Harry Mudd for Trek lore, especially as time goes by. He's just going to be the guy, I think. So it's kind of cool to think about. And it's interesting with this episode, The Escape Artist, because it gives us sort of an episode where the character finally gets to win for once. See, Harry Mudd, the character, really gets to win. Because as we see in the episode, as he's, we see him having these supposedly multiple flashbacks, which I thought was great. He has how do I get out of this one? He looks back, and it glances and it glows during the time that he has maybe been in a sort of similar situation. How dare you! Get your hands off me, you filth! Or whatever that was. I thought that was just great. And he's such a great comedic actor, Rainn Wilson. Just great chops all around. And then the end, after all of that, with his skirmish with the Tellarite, at the very, very end, when the Tellarite brings, Harry Mudd in, the Federation officer is like, oh yeah, we have like 20 of these things in our basement right here, and they're all broken, and they're all saying the lines over and over again, revealing that, again, this Harry Mudd that has been in this whole episode is a robot, an android, whatever you want to call it. And at the very end, we do see, I think, the real Harry Mudd with this plan of spreading himself, multiple copies, all over the galaxy, saying he has Harry Mudd and are willing to pay him a lot of money because of this bounty that's on his head. It's really a very clever scheme, honestly. He's selling robot mud after robot mud to various bounty hunters, and one can't help but really cheer him on a bit. He finally won a round. And of course, though, there was no Captain Kirk or Burnham on the scene to stop him. So again, the Escape Artist episode doesn't really have a ton to say, but it's a good time, I think, while it lasts. It's very clever, very humorous, and finds kind of new ways to sort of run with this old, TOS character. And it's also a very fine example of how these short treks, can work by utilizing secondary or reoccurring characters for stories that don't have to be big, necessarily, but just give us some extra time with them. We'll see if we'll get more of these shorts at some future point. But certainly this one is a good template for future episodes maybe to follow later down the line. And so, really, I think and now to summarize sort of this whole thing, the short treks, I think, have been a very interesting experience that I think on the whole have mostly worked, and it seems with this final installment, the Trek production team was just starting to nail the formula down. Giving Harry Mudd the spotlight with no Kirk or Michael Burnham to get in his way turns out to be a really nice way to go with the character. Perhaps an hour of all Mudd all the time would be, a bit too much, but a mini take episode kind of like this really just seems just right. you know, again, there's really no heady, deep Trek message in this episode. But Star Trek has always been willing to let its hair down, so to speak, and really have some fun here or there. So again, I think for what it actually was pretty good. It just maybe wasn't very heady or exactly very deep, but not too bad. I mean, as far as the order ranking is concerned, I think my favorite, from the four, we have 4 short treks. And I think my favorites are, I think the Saru one. The Saru episode, I think, actually could be my favorite. I thought there was a lot there, so I think that actually might be my number 1, is maybe the Saru episode. It's a very close tie between that one and Calypso, for sure. Calypso, again, he's on the Discovery ship, sentient. That's also really good. It's sort of a tie between those two. I can see that one being the favorite of the Saru one, but the Saru one, to me, I think, had a lot going for it. A lot of continuity that was referenced I thought it was very Trek. The most Trek, I think, was the Saru episode. Again, followed by Calypso. I think I'll have number 2. I think this will be my number 3. And I think 4, I think the last one actually is going to be the Tilly episode. As much as I love Tilly, I just don't feel like there's a lot of maybe too much substance there with that one. So I think those are my rankings for the other short treks. I think, again, this has been a fun little experiment. We've never had quite anything like this before, and I wonder if we are going to have more of these in the future. I don't really know. After Season 2 ends, yeah, maybe we'll get these down the road. Who knows? But they've been fun. Just something to chew on until the next season comes out, which, again, is pretty soon. It's about a couple weeks here. So again, once Season 2 comes back, I will definitely be talking about each episode. I'll try to maybe release it maybe the day after, so just to let you know, for those that are curious. All right, well, again, this has been Kevin signing off. And again, don't forget to hit that like and subscribe button, and feel free to share this link with other Trek fans if you'd like, or whatever you want to do. Hit like and subscribe, comment below, let me know the words of Jeremy Johns, the YouTuber guy I like. And yeah, alright, so again, I will be seeing you all later. Alright, take care, bye-bye.